What's happening, people? So, from my understanding, we actually have Sega releasing a Sega Mega Drive Mini, or the Sega Genesis, whatever you know it by. I know it by Mega Drive. But they're releasing one, and it seems like they're not allowing @Games to do this, which is great because @Games is a hard sell. With the fact that you can run every single one of those games better on your phone than on the @Games actual miniature plug-and-play console, says volumes on why you shouldn't buy that. You feel what I'm saying? Um, People are talking more and more and more about this Switch Pro or Switch Mini, and comparing it to the new 3DS and the new 2DS and all that whoop-de-woo. If they do come out with a Switch Mini, I guess, the screen isn't going to be no smaller than the top screen on the 3DS XL. There's no way in hell they're going to come out with a Switch Mini and the screen on that bitch be extra fucking original and small, meaning like 3x5. It's not going to happen. You feel me? So if anything, it's going to be like the top screen on the 3DS, and that's it. I don't know why people are looking at something, hoping for the world. The one I'm more interested in is the Switch Pro. That's the one that a lot of people have their eye on. And for the wrong reason. Not because a more powerful Switch isn't a good thing, but they're looking at it as a term of, oh, well, it'll be more powerful. I like the idea of more powerful. If it's done with the tablet, this could mean the Switch could last a long time. We could eventually see a Switch with no card slot, because if they're updating the tablet and making that tablet piece more powerful, why would you ever need another console? You have the handheld market covered. You have no competition in that market. And the fact that you're getting console games now, Doom, Skyrim, Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, or whatever the fuck that one's called, the new Wolfenstein that's coming out, the sequel to Doom is coming to the Switch. You have games like Mortal Kombat 11. These are huge, big AAA title names everyone's heard of. Whether you're a fan of it or not is your personal shit. These are games that are on the Switch right now. Okay, so you have those type of games for the people who have a busy lifestyle, who can't stay at home all the time, and who still want to play those games, and they can experience those. And if you're making that tablet piece more powerful, then you're definitely going to be able to reach that audience who isn't buying a Switch right now because they're waiting for you to get that big title they really love. Like with me, it's Overwatch. Man, what a day it'll be when Overwatch goes completely portable because of the Nintendo Switch. Gotta say, that sounds very tempting. I do enjoy playing Mario Kart 8. I do enjoy playing Smash Bros. And I do enjoy playing those type of games, especially, what is that, Drive Club? I have that game, and I enjoy the shit out of that game. I'm trying to get the second one, to tell you the truth. But those multiplayer experiences on the Switch, Splatoon 2, a great shooter game. Now, you might not like Splatoon 2 because you might feel some type of way about it being real kid friendly and kid inviting. The fact that it's that way bothering you, you got some personal things. Excuse me, because Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever, they all have the same realism. So they're all practically the same point and shoot. There's no real difference outside of the character development and the story, which Call of Duty no longer has. So Splatoon is different, and it's different in a great way. It doesn't need to be the same as everything else, because then why the fuck are you buying it? So if the Switch comes out with a more powerful tablet, say they come out with a tablet that can run The Witcher 3. right? If they came out with a tablet that's running The Witcher 3, there's not a lot of games that can be excused for not showing up to the Switch. You see what I'm saying? Because I know The Witcher 3 is a graphically powered game. I mean, that motherfucker is insane. Not only that, but say it runs like the Xbox One in 2013 with The Witcher 3. It still runs The Witcher 3 is the whole point here. You have a handheld and you're playing this big title on the go. You see what I'm saying? And if they continue to power the tablet over the Joy-Cons and you just put the Joy-Cons on there and it's a controller, there's nothing really pro about the damn controller of either the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 unless you buy the $150 to $200 fucking special controller. But you don't even need that. You see what I'm saying? So all you'd have to do is come out with that tablet and update that tablet to put out more power, run games more smooth and all that shit. Plug the Joy-Cons in, give them an update to let them know you're now part of this one instead of that one. Have it be priced at, like I think $150 would be fair for a tablet, especially one that's more powerful than its 2017 launch one. I think if you ask people, and say you have a problem with $150 for the tablet only. Well, it's an updated tablet, which means the internal memory is updated. Now, the Pro Edition of the Switch should be updated with internal memory up to 128 gigs. I mean, come on, the last one was 32. How far do you expect them to go? 128 is going to be the least amount of money for the most amount of memory for Nintendo anyway. So they come out with the Pro one, and it's got the 128 internal memory. Plus, you still have the expandable slot for the 1 terabyte cards that will hopefully be relevant by then. And not only that, but now you have the ability to play these bigger titles. Like if they were to make the tablet strong enough to play Resident Evil 2 Remake, or if it was even strong enough to handle I can't think of any graphically demanding games that are like they gotta be on the Switch, because the most graphically enhanced games I've seen this far is Rise, Son of Rome, and still The Order of 1886. Those games are fucking insanely crazy. But say we could get Resident Evil 2. Say we could get Red Dead Redemption 2. I think they should put Red Dead Redemption 1 on the Switch anyway. But still, say we could get Red Dead Redemption 2 because it can be handled with that tablet. Then what's to say anything couldn't be put on the Switch if they keep updating that tablet and just keep it updating. Every couple of years come out with a new, more improved, more enhanced tablet. That part right there, that's what's got my mind racing, because I'm like, dude, if it's a Switch Pro, the controls are going to be the same. I can just take the controls I have now, slide them on the new tablet and go. But that tablet, if that tablet gets updated, if that tablet sees a physical upgrade, it could damage PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever, next generation, before they even come out. Because Nintendo just, if they do this is just me, if they do this, they got to go. Nintendo just updated the tablet. It's only been 2 years. That tablet's updated and now it's running, say, 1080p at 60 frames smooth, or just to give it a little dent, it's running 1080p at 30 frames smooth. You feel what I'm saying? That's a big leap up, especially if it's in handheld mode. You see what I'm saying? So you have PlayStation and Xbox who are going to be looking at that going, how do we stay out in front of this? If every couple years Nintendo is able to come out with a more powerful, more graphical tablet, you see what I'm saying? That's going to be able to eventually catch up and surpass the next PlayStation system and Xbox system when it comes to not only graphics, because it's putting those kind of graphics in your hands. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, convenience is king. I've said that since the Switch. Convenience is king. Would it be more convenient to you to go out and spend $150 on a updated Switch every couple years, or would it be more cost effective for you to buy a Xbox whatever or a PS5 and have to be attached to your television when those same exact games can be played on the Switch. You see what I'm saying? It starts to look a little different when you realize how far past PS5 and Xbox the Switch can go when it updates every couple years. You see what I'm saying? And sure, $150 per 4 years is $300, but think of everything the Switch started with to where it would be and where it could be. I'm telling you, if they do that, I don't know how long PlayStation's got, and I definitely don't know how long Xbox has before they even just become a brand with a box, because they're fixing to do that now. With this all-digital machine, Xbox is fixing to go from a gaming company to a brand with a box. It's a set-top box that plays video games. It uses streaming services as well, but now you are legitimately out there as a face, Xbox. Microsoft, listen to me. You are out there as a face. You have a box. You are trying to get people to now buy 100% all digital. You are trying to get people to subscribe to what the fuck is it called? Play Pass and your Xbox Live. You are now fighting this battle. This battle is harder to fight because you are trying to convince everybody these things are worth paying for. And while you're trying to convince everyone these things are worth paying for, you're also trying to convince everyone that it is convenient to own a download-only machine, whereas I can say it is because I already do this. It's a harder sell for people when they're in the generation where they're still receiving physical content. Especially if they're really big on having physical content. It's a harder sell. For someone like me, it's an easy sell because I don't have that much room. And I have a ton of shit in this room. And for me, the fact that Xbox One is all digital means I have nothing anywhere. It's all right there for me to play. And the fact that, this is the part I really like, the fact that it attaches to my damn Microsoft account means, hey, something happens to my Xbox, all my shit is still attached to my personal account. That's dope. You feel me? If someone decided to break up in here and take my Xbox, and guess what? It's attached to my personal account. And I can easily go get another one and have all that shit right back. I like that. Okay, now I do realize there is things between all that can arise and cause a problem. However, this is where the selling point gets really easy. Microsoft customer service makes the digital sell and the digital age easier to step into. Because I've never had an issue when calling their customer service when it came to some reason something didn't work. I've never had an argument with one. I've never gotten into an argument with anybody over Microsoft. And they always took care of whatever it was right then. You know, and they were super polite about it. That right there makes this coming out all digital Xbox a little bit easier to swallow. The fact their customer service is on point. The fact that they will legitimately give you your money back on a digital game that you canceled right when you realized you bought the wrong thing. You know, there's so many more positives with Xbox being all digital than there are negative. But the one negative is you have no physical merchandise. So now you have to figure a way out to make your name, your box, stand out as if it's physical merchandise available in any selection. Meaning the video game department, the toy department, because you do have Halo toys and there are Call of Duty toys and there are Assassin's Creed Legos and shit. So you can't say, what do you mean other departments? No, there's toys based off video games. There's fucking the electronics where you buy the video games. There's movies based off video games. There's clothing. There's all kinds of promotion shit. And when you lose the physical video game part, you have to hit hard in the advertisements and making sure every department understands, hey, you might have to go to electronics to buy this, but bitch, you gonna recognize us in the clothing department. I'm wearing a Nintendo 64 t-shirt. You see what I'm saying? It's a big part of advertising for a system that is all digital. And Microsoft, I know you're coming out with a 1 terabyte model of this, which is bad too. please recognize how bad it is before it gets any older than 2 months. And please release a 2 to 4 terabyte model, because the longer you wait to do that, the more these are not going to sell. Understand what I'm saying? And I'm out this bitch.